Hello, Aquarius. Thanks for stopping by. This is the Rockstar Coach. I am here with a general reading for the sign of Aquarius for October 2024. But whenever you find this is perfect. There will be something in here for you if you are drawn to this. So I do offer personal readings. If you are interested, the link is and info is in my bio, so check that out. Today, I am using some very different cards that I have not used for a while, at least one of them. The Mystical Wisdom deck was one of the very first card decks that I ever purchased. So that goes way back. The Ascended Masters is a very oldie but a great deck by Doreen Virtue. And one of my new very favorites, Animal Apothecary. The illustrations on this deck are just beautiful. And nobody gave me this deck. I bought it myself, so this is not an endorsement for a paid endorsement, but I do love it. And then I end all of my readings with The Power of Surrender. That is my very favorite card deck. So if you are interested in any of those decks and want more information, just put a little note in the comments and I'll be happy to reach out to you. All right, let's get going, Aquarius. Let's see what October has in store for you. Well, you already have one that just flew right out of the deck. So let me go get that. Let's see what this says. Dragon, discover your courage. All right, it looks like you are going to be required to be having some courage, which is very interesting that the dragon came out because I was somewhat drawn to a dragon deck, but I did not pull it out for you. So there must be something in the dragons for you. I'm going to go ahead and pull a couple more cards and then I will go ahead and get to the meanings of these for you, Aquarius. Discover your courage. Yeah, it looks like this dragon is what this is showing me is storms of life. And it looks like you're going to be, unfortunately or fortunately, however you want to look at it, in some situations where you are going to need some courage. And, this isn't necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes we need a little push. Sometimes if we are being called to something that scares us or, that we really don't want to do, sometimes we have to be pushed in order to actually, do the thing that we might be getting the nudges for, but we're just not taking the steps moving forward because our ego mind, our 3D human self doesn't really want to do it. Either it requires a change, it requires, maybe there's some hurt involved, maybe there's some disappointment involved. And, also it takes bravery, it takes courage. I knew there was two more that wanted to come out. So let's see what these are. All right, illusion and owl. Okay, illusion is embrace the truth. And owl is follow your intuition. So, all right. Looking at all of these together, yeah, it really looks like you're being faced with a decision based on something, a piece of information that is coming to light for you, Aquarius. This may not be something that you are ready for, but it also may be something that your gut has been telling you has been going on all along. For some of you, this is a business dealing that you're in, and it is someone that's not being truthful, someone being very dishonest, someone going behind your back, someone being deceiving, sneaky, and really doing some things that are causing harm to you. whether that is your business or it's you personally, as far as money, investments go. They're either, taking your money and using it for something that you did not authorize, or there's some fine print that you didn't take heed of, and they're able to do these things because you signed a piece of paper, you signed a contract that said they were able to. And now these things are coming to light. Not that they were, quote, hidden necessarily, but you are just now realizing it. You're just now finding out the depths to which this person has gone to deceive you. For others of you, however, this is a relationship. This is a family member or a lover that is doing things behind your back. They are, in case of a family member, they're going behind your back and they are talking to other people about you, and they're spreading non-truths, which, it's hurtful enough when it's someone that you love that is not a blood relative or not a relative, but it hurts on a different level when it is someone that you've trusted for a long time, that you've known for a long time, that is supposed to be either blood or at least connected to you in a deeper way than just, by association or by, being in a romantic relationship with them. It hits on a different level. And this is something that is very difficult to understand, why someone who is in your family would want to hurt you in this way. But this is where you need to find your courage, because it is happening, Aquarius. And the next card is saying, wise old owl, follow your intuition. You may not want to see these things. You may not want to admit that these things are going on, that someone is cheating. They're cheating on you. They're cheating with your money. They are going behind your back and being deceitful in one way or another. And it's not enjoyable whatsoever when these things come to light. You may have even felt these things. Most of you have. Most of you knew something was going on, even if you didn't know to the depths of which they were going on. But you did know something. And now is time to follow your intuition. Follow those breadcrumbs, right? They've left clues. They've left little hints, maybe knowingly or unknowingly. But now it's time to follow your intuition, and then I'm really getting follow your heart. Because for some of you, this is going to mean forgiveness. Some of you are going to want to maintain some sort of relationship with this person. Whether it's because you share children, whether you share a business, whether you share a home. Others of you, your heart is telling you, and it has been telling you for quite some time, that it's time to move on. It's time to cut your losses and let go. And for those of you, well, for all of you, my heart goes out to you, because this is not fun at all. I've been there. I've been there, Aquarius. It's just the most heartbreaking to believe that someone cared about you and then they went and did this awful, unthinkable thing. So my heart goes out to you. My heart goes out to those that are going to make the bold move to be courageous and move on. And this message is saying, you've got this. You can do this. You are strong. even though you did not ask for this, you did not want this, none of this is anything that you had envisioned for your future together with this person. And yet here you are. So while this was not in the plan, in some way, your soul manifested this experience for growth and for what comes next. Because what comes next, I'm feeling a victory here, Aquarius. Let's get into it. Let's see. Let's see if what I'm feeling is coming through in the cards as well. I'm really feeling victory. I'm feeling like clearing your path for the next chapter, something new, something bigger, something, and I don't like to say better because every experience that we have is for our good, even the difficult ones. So it's not that it's better, it's just a more enjoyable experience coming up. Focus on the big picture and you are more. Okay, so focus on the big picture. This is a really tough thing to do when you are in the depths of deception, when you are in the depths of the details and just finding out just how much you have been duped or for how long the wool has been, covering your eyes. The veil has been lifted now, and it's time to see the big picture. Not only the big picture of what has gone on so that you can make sure you're not missing anything, because honestly, Aquarius, there's some things that are going to need to be cleaned up here. For those of you in business or when it's involving the money aspect, you're going to have to clean that up. There's been some money lost. There's been some bad dealings that need to be corrected. They need to be, for some of you, you're going to have to make some phone calls. Excuse me. For others of you, there's going to be, attorneys and courts involved. This is a time to look at the big picture so that you don't miss anything, but also that big picture is, okay, what is this all for? What is the meaning behind all of this? What am I to learn from this? And this is so hard, Aquarius. It's so difficult to have this perspective when you are hurt, when you are heartbroken. I know this from experience, but when you can step back and see the big picture in this way, look, I'm even drawn to this lighthouse. It's showing, there is a light, a spotlight being shown here. Focus on the big picture. And I'm looking at this number to 10. It's completion. It's completion. So this chapter is over. And for some of you, that's a glorious thing because there's anger involved and you're ready to be done with this. You're ready to be done with this person. It's almost, I'm getting this good riddance energy, right? For others of you, this is heartbreaking. This is the last thing that you would have ever thought would happen. And certainly the last thing you would have ever wanted to happen. But it is shining a light. It's shining a light on not only the truth, right? Embrace the truth here, but it's shining a light on your purpose, the purpose of this. And in that purpose is the message, you are more. You are more than your circumstances. You are more than this experience. You are more than this heartbreak and this hurt and this disappointment. You are more than this deception. Now, for those of you that are dealing with this in business, Other people may think you are connected to this and that you had something to do with this, that you had knowledge of it, that you might have even been involved. And so there's going to be some cleanup going on. For those of you that it's a relationship, there may be some people who listen to this other person and believe that at least part of this was your doing, that you caused this to happen, that you're actually, quote, the bad guy. And I don't ever believe that anyone is a victim. And yet, in this case, Aquarius, I do see that you were blindsided by this. Even though, parts and pieces, your gut was telling you something, it was like you were somewhat in denial. You didn't want to believe it. So you put those dark glasses on, right? You allowed that veil to cover what was really going on because you didn't want to really know. It was almost like, okay, let's just get to the end so that I don't have to go through this heartbreak or this disappointment or this loss. But Aquarius, you are more than this. You are an overcomer. You are victorious. Let's pull a couple more cards. I want to get some from this Ascended Masters deck. I'm just feeling some hope here as well. I'm feeling hope in this lighthouse and that you are more, and even the you are more card has an eagle on it, right? Whoa. Yeah, there's a lot there. I'm going to show you this eagle again if you didn't catch a glimpse of it. Look at this eagle here. You are soaring. You are soaring over these mountains, right? You might feel now that you're having to climb this mountain, but you are so much more than that. You can soar over this mountain. You don't have to stay stuck. You don't have to feel as if there is no way out, because there's absolutely a way out. And not only is there a way out, but there, like I said, there is victory. I'm just feeling that. I'm feeling victory and hope. So let's see what these cards say. See, these two came out. Purification. White Terra. Purification. I feel like one of the reasons for this, where this big picture, this lighthouse, I'm feeling like one of these reasons that this happened is for purification, to get you away from the people that are they are no longer in alignment with you. They are toxic. They are this is a very harsh word that's coming through. They are liars. And Aquarius, you are not a liar. This is for purification, because if you stayed in this and were not aware of what was going on and it continued, you would either be looked upon as, unfortunately, a fool or part of the lie, part of the deception. And this is for your purification. This is to clear your name. This is for people to understand that you had no knowledge. You were not involved in the deception. You were not involved in the crooked dealings. You were not involved in you were not, for those of you in the relationship, you were not cheating, because I'm feeling like for some of you, other people are being told that you were doing it. Yes, they were doing it, but they only did it in reaction to what you did, which may be true, but you did not cheat, right? They may have cheated based on, the fact that they weren't happy or something else going on in the relationship, but not because you were unfaithful. So this is for purification for you, to clear your name, to help you understand, or to help other people understand that you are not like this other person. This does not reflect upon your character. And then we got Ocean, drink more water. And this goes hand in hand with this purification. I mean, it's even, the same color scheme, right? So the purification, drink more water. This is symbolic, and yet also there is nothing bad about drinking more water. As long as it's filtered, make sure it's filtered. Make sure that it's getting all of the chemicals, all of the fluoride out. I have a wonderful filter that I absolutely adore. So if you're interested in that, I know this is not about water filtration, but if you want to just make a comment, water filter, I will certainly put the link to the one. I actually have a couple that I have. Very, very important. And it's even more important now, Aquarius, because, and I'm just drawn to your name, right? Aquarius. Aqua. It is so important that you are clearing your name. It's like you're washing it clean. Drinking more water, I'm just like really feeling that going through your body and through your system, and really helping you also in this time, in this process of processing and healing, and then making heads or tails, and then being faced with the mountain, the mountain or the storm, that you're going to have to answer some questions. And this drink more water, it's really going to help ground you. Okay, let's get the next card here. Trust, Vishnu, trust. Aquarius, this is so difficult. And I know I'm not responsible, but I'm sorry that this is such a heavy reading here for you in October. But when you trust, this is what life is about, right? It's learning to trust. It's learning to understand that we are never alone, that there is a greater plan, that our soul signed up for these things, as difficult as it may be to understand why. We don't need to understand the why every step of the way. We don't need to know the how every step of the way. Sometimes we're called to trust. Sometimes we're just called to sit back and be held. Be held in the Divine Mother's arms. And Aquarius, I'm just sending that energy out to you now, that you could feel the love, that you will be able to experience peace even through this turmoil, even through this storm. And I was drawn also, not only is this eagle above the mountain soaring, but this owl who's following their intuition, they are above the waters. They're above, looking down. So when we use our intuition, when we trust, Aquarius, when you trust and when you follow your heart, you're not blind. You are not going into it blindly. You are actually going in with eyes wide open, and you are being led to the solution. You're being led to your next steps. And your last card is King Solomon, priorities. This is a time to get your priorities in check. It feels like you may have lost some sight on your priorities in the past. It feels like you may have been a little caught up in money, in the success, in how fast things were moving, in the heat of the moment of when things are going so fast and you're making so much money, or things are just going along so great, and you're not wanting them to stop. And even though you might have seen something, or felt a niggling of something, you didn't want to actually see it because things were on an earthly plane working out for you. And also, they were working against you. And it could be that this is a call for you to step back and take a look at those priorities again and get them in line once again. Focus on the big picture. Look at what's important. Is your immediate family important? Is taking care of your bills a priority? Is holding on to those that love you the most? Maybe I'm feeling for a handful of you, there was someone in your life that actually tried to warn you. And some of you didn't want to hear that, and you shunned them. You turned them away, either very sternly, or, you just kind of dismissed the information. And there may be an apology that is deserved. And even if not an apology, there's the knowing that this person has your back, even when they, nobody ever wants, well, I shouldn't say that. Some people do. But I'm not getting, in this case, Aquarius, that this person wanted to give you this information to hurt you. They didn't want to see you hurt. They didn't want to watch the downfall. That's why they wanted to warn you. So those are people that you want to keep in your corner. For some of you, you may have to make that phone call and say, I'm sorry, you were right. I didn't want to see it, but you did see it, and you tried to warn me, you tried to tell me, but I didn't want it to be true. So thank you for watching out for me. Thank you for doing what you felt was best for me at the time. Had I listened, things may have turned out differently. But now at least I know the truth. And part of the truth is that you do care about me and you want what's best for me. And I appreciate you. Thank you. All right, let's get your Power of Surrender cards. Aquarius, 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 what do you need to surrender or surrender to in the month of October? A lot of heavy energies here, Aquarius. Although, even though the cards didn't explicitly say hope and victory, it does say that in you are more focused on the big picture, priorities, purification. It does say that. And as always, there's always more than one way to interpret the cards. There's always more than one energy that comes through. So take what resonates. All right, surrender defensiveness. Wow. It can be so easy to be defensive, when we're being accused of things that we did not do. This is only going to make you look guilty in this case. Now is the time to listen to what's being said, be calm, and have a rational conversation with information that backs up your side of the story, especially in the case where it's involving a legal matter. Be calm and get your ducks in a row, Aquarius. You are going to need those ducks. Surrender to success. Here we go. Here we go. You are ready to experience abundance. Don't look back at previous roadblocks or difficulties. Leap into an exciting new world of possibilities. There it is, Aquarius. There's your hope. There's your victory. There is success here. So don't focus on what has happened in the past. Yes, you have to look at it so that you can, fix the things that need fixing and take care of the things that are in an upheaval now that things have come to light. But as soon as you can, move forward because success is yours. Surrender to your full power. Now is not the time to back down. Now is not the time to feel helpless or hopeless. This is the time to trust. This is the time to surrender to your full power. You are so powerful, Aquarius. You are not going to take this sitting down. You do not have to believe that this means anything about you, except that you are getting to step into your greatness now, that you are learning from this, that you are looking at the big picture and understanding now what it's all about and using your full power to take control of the situation and resolve the conflicts, resolve the issue at hand. And surrender to silence. So sometimes, Aquarius, when we are being accused, when we are heartbroken, when we are needing to tap into our intuition, when we are, being purified, and when we're learning to trust, when we are trying to focus on the big picture and set our priorities, the best thing we can do is stay silent. That goes along with surrender defensiveness, right? There is no need to defend yourself in a situation that is not going to be changed one way or another. Sometimes stepping away and moving on, letting go, and not even telling your side of the story is the best thing to do in some circumstances. And you will know when this is true for you. You will know when silence is called for rather than kind of stating your case, so to speak. It feels as though trying to defend yourself too much or say too much to get someone to understand or even clear your name to a certain degree could be fruitless. And it could just be that you're spinning your wheels and using your energy on something that it's not even going to make a difference. But again, I'm getting you will know when to stay silent and when to speak up and stand up for yourself, because there's a big difference there. You can stand up for yourself without being defensive. And sometimes silence is golden. So Aquarius, though this was a very heavy message, I do hope that when these things come into your experience, and always know you have free will. If you see these things coming, you have free will to make a change now. You have the power to create your own outcome. Don't ever think you are helpless in a situation. Though you cannot control another person, you can always control your own actions. And I'm sending so much love to you, Aquarius. Please let me know how things are going for you as this month progresses. Stay tuned. I feel like I will want to do some sort of an update to this later on in the month. And so I'm sending you so much love and so much peace and harmony for the next month to 6 weeks as these energies develop. So until next time, Aquarius, take care.